Fellow congregation members of the church, most people do this here, brother, as an evil, rotten, decrepit, low-down, despicable, foul-mouthed monster. I realize that monsters like this do not have a place in heaven. And I also realize that hell simply will not have them because they don't want a motherfucker like this trying to take over. Pardon my language, but it must be said.
Who you thought I've been rockin' for? Ever since a kid, it's been patching skulls. Black and white, you see it on my flags and poles. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, all you ever heard about my lips. I was twitching, I wasn't breaking when Brady was winning chips. Went to LA, then to Oakland, and now we up on the strip. Dancing with the nation every time we get to 6. 3rd and 13 used to run the ball. Now we got 100, so we changing the call. Tatted on my body, ain't no taking it off. When the Raiders on the TV, we ain't taking the call. When the Raiders on the TV, we ain't taking the call. Unless they with the nation, ain't no faking involved. All that internal hating, we be shaking it off. Cause we know they just came around Jacobs and Carr. Who you thought I've been rockin' for? Ever since a kid, it's been patching skulls. Black and white, you see it on my flags and poles. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know. I'm a Raider, baby, you ain't gotta ask to know.
Look, I'm 34 like Bo Jackson. I'm a Raider, long live John Madden. We left Oakland, now we with the Sinners. For Al Davis, we got unfinished business. Look, just win, baby. Defense ain't giving up an inch lately. The offense in clutch, we bout to up the scope. And D-Car ain't stopping till we reach the boat.
What's up? What's up? Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Hardcore Challenge Live, the official podcast of the Hardcore Challenge, which, if you didn't know, just happens to be the pinnacle of fantasy football competition. Because if you're not playing in the Hardcore Challenge, you're just playing in some minor league fantasy football shit. 8 divisions, 2 conferences. AFC champion, NFC champion. Only one that's left standing. Name goes on the cup, championship ring, and $1,000 in hand. Second place, you're still walking away with $500. So basically, if you won your conference, you've already earned yourself $500. But you want to win the Super Bowl. So we got season 14 going down, and then also to wrap up the show, we've got our All Raider Hardcore Challenge League. 15 owners plus myself battling for $400 plus an autographed Josh Jacobs jersey, who is going to end up being, barring an absolute miracle because he's got such a cushion, is going to end up being your league's leading rusher. So that's a nice little win in the Raider League. So let's talk about the big league first, though. Season 14 is upon us. It's the postseason, knee deep in it. We now have an AFC champion. We have an NFC champion. Let's talk about that first. Let's jump over. Let's start off in the AFC, shall we? Let's start off in the AFC first. There we go. Got gremlins. Start off in the AFC first, which was a huge win. Now, we all saw what happened to the defensive back Hamlin from the Bills. Obviously, tragic whole scenario that played out there. And that halted a game, a huge game, in which you took Joe Burrow, Josh Allen, Jamar Chase, Higgins, Boyd, Mixon. You took a whole bunch of players and scorers off of both teams that could possibly directly affect fantasy Super Bowls, because this is basically a Super Bowl week for a lot of fantasy leagues. Ours plays all the way into week 18, the big league, but the Raider League, that was the Super Bowl. So this could possibly affect some things. However, in the Hardcore Challenge Season 14 postseason, it really didn't play a lot of effect. Dak goes Tuesday and Bleeding Green. Bleeding Green, I believe, had a linebacker that was taken out due to the suspended game. Obviously, that linebacker wasn't going to score near enough points to bring him back as he's down 244 to 158. No other players in that game affected. That means Dak goes Tuesday. For the first time, Richard has been in the league since 2011. Johnsonville Brats in 2014. He made it into the postseason as a wild card. Made it all the way to the Hardcore Bowl and lost. I do believe he grabbed a couple postseason wins along the way. And never made it to the postseason again until this season. He's been Carry On My Wayward Son. Now he's Dak Goes Tuesdays, puts up a huge 244, and he has vaulted himself into Hardcore Bowl 14, playing for the Mandich Cup, the ring and the cheddar, and to be champion. Only second appearance, and this time he came in as division champ. He's all about it. So that's your AFC. Bleeding Green came in one of the hottest teams, but just could not hold on. A gallant run there at the end. You got to give him props, man. Got to give Bleeding Green props. It was a solid finish, but just not enough. Now, over in the NFC. Knoxville Assassins, Brad, one of the hottest teams in the league, just like Bleeding Green. Those two guys were the hottest teams coming in. But Just Win Baby puts back-to-back 230 scores, and just like the other game, the suspended game really didn't affect the outcome of this one either, as Knoxville Assassins lost their kicker due to that, but obviously the kicker wasn't going to cover the spread in this game as it's 63 points. So this was a clear and decisive win by Brian. Just Win Baby, his second year in the league and his first postseason appearance, and he is in Hardcore Bowl 14, representing the NFC, who has won the last 3 straight Hardcore Bowls. Can he continue the streak for the NFC? The streak for the Elite East is over, as they'd won 3 straight representing the NFC, but now it's an opportunity for the Great White North to keep the Mandich Cup in the NFC. We'll see if he can get it done. So there's your big matchup right there. I will be creating the Hardcore Bowl 14 chat tomorrow. I'll be getting Brian in the chat, and we'll get Richard in the chat so that we can converse. We'll get them the roster sheets as soon as they've got their final roster sheets ready. We'll post those on Saturday before the first game in week 18, and if they make any changes before any of the kickoffs of subsequent games as we move along through the weekend, we'll post those changes as well. But we do need to have their final roster 15 minutes before kickoff. You got to lock it in so that we can post it so everybody can see. You have full availability of every man on your roster that is available. If they are on IR and they've now come off of IR, you don't have to worry about that shuffle. If they are currently on your roster and they are healthy and available to plug in, they are available to use for your Hardcore Bowl roster. Also, any player that is not currently on a roster on anybody else's team is available to use for your waiver wire. There's no waiver process. If they're out there, basically, if they're not on another team, they're a free agent and they can be added to your Super Bowl roster. So you have full conference waiver wire free agents to use, plus your full roster to use to put together your Hardcore Bowl Super Bowl 14 roster. I will be making the chat tomorrow and get you guys plugged in. The payouts will be the same as we've done years prior. We're going to do it the exact same way. It'll come from our PayPal account. Winner gets paid first, and then we do it on a delay, and then the second place, we won't call you the loser, but you're the loser. Second place gets paid, obviously, after the winner. And we set it up, and that way we don't get hit by using our account. It's worked perfect for 3 or 4 years, so we'll do it the same way. But I'll give all those details. The guys that actually matter. Because the rest of you, it doesn't matter to you, because you're not winning anything, just like me. Season 14, man. It's Just Win, baby. Brian, representing the NFC. Coming out of the Great White North is the 5 seed, wild card. Facing off over in the AFC, the Great White North of the AFC. Their division champion. That goes Tuesday. Richard, It's a big matchup. It's a big matchup right here. Should be a good matchup. Spleeves down there. I'll be back. Well, you should have some good fucking draft picks there, Spleeve. So let's jump on. That's pretty much the AFC NFC Season 14 battle in a nutshell, right there. Make sure you guys got your rosters. I'll get you guys together. We'll get you in the chat. We'll go over rules and stuff tomorrow. But pretty much that's it. I mean, you guys know the drill. You just got a little more expanded pool of players to work with, and no extra hands in the cookie jar. It's all about putting together a championship team. So good luck. Good luck to you guys. Good luck to you both for making it, man. Bummer for Bleeding Green and Knoxville Assassins. End up one win short of fucking $500. That's a real kick in the fucking stones, man. That one hurts. That one hurts. That's what fantasy football really hurts. When you get that close to you, like, damn, man. Like, a couple things just go my way and I had $500. Like, motherfucker. All right, moving on. We've got the other league to talk about as well. We've got the Hardcore Challenge, Raider Reaction, all Raider League to talk about as well. And this one, I talked about the others, the big league, the Hardcore Challenge, the 32 owner league. I talked about it and how the suspended game really didn't affect the outcome of the two conference championships heading into the Super Bowl. Well, in this one, there was no conference championships because there's no two conferences. There's just the 116 team pool, basically like one conference of our big Hardcore Challenge League, but it's all Raider fans all over North America, including Santa's fucking neighbor, who's in Raider Bowl 1. Been asked for years to run an all Raider League, so we put one together. So what was going down over in the Raider League was Raider Bowl 1 was going on. And I'm watching it, and I see what's going on Monday night, and I'm like, damn, dude. I go back, I start looking at the leagues, and I'm like, we've got issues. We may have issues here. So here's what has shaken out. Here's what is shaken out, and let me blow this up so you can all follow along. Here's what we currently have. We have Bryson, Santa's neighbor, Michael Vick's dog walker, the most northern Raider fan on the planet. And Lines representing Ohio and his black hole. These guys were battling it out. These guys were division rivals. They'd split during the regular season, and they find themselves in Raider Bowl 1 in our All Raider League. And look at the projected line. The projected line before they wiped the players off was going to finish within single digits. The projected line if the players stayed in. That was just with the projected line. And so what had happened by the suspended game is you have a linebacker for Michael Vick's dog walker that is taken off. You also have a linebacker in Edmonds who's a much higher scoring linebacker typically than Wilson for Cincinnati, who's also taken off. So let's just call those two, for argument's sake, a wash. You still got Michael Vick's dog walker sitting with a 26-point lead. But then you go and look and you see that Black Hole is also losing their kicker, and they're also losing T. Higgins in a game that you know was probably going to end up being a shootout between these two because it was starting out that way. There was going to be some points put up. And the way Higgins has been scoring over the past couple months. So you've got a kicker and a top wide receiver in the league on a top offense and only need to cover 26 points. You've got $400 and an autographed Josh Jacobs jersey on the line. We've got Raider Bowl 1 on the line. We've got the integrity of being the champion for our first All-Raider League on Raider Reaction fantasy football in our hardcore challenge format. And I just can't name a champion that way. It's just too close. The game being suspended and not going to be played this week directly affects the outcome of this game. So I'm sorry, man. Like they say on the schoolyard, we're gonna run it back. We gotta run it back. We're gonna scrap this game. We're gonna scrap it because this is an unprecedented set of circumstances that had happened. So we're gonna scrap it and we're gonna run it back. You guys are going to run your Super Bowl the exact same way as the Hardcore Challenge Big League. I will set up a Super Bowl chat for Raider Bowl 1 tomorrow with Lines and Bryson. They will get their Super Bowl sheet rosters just like the Big League is getting. They can put their rosters together. They will have full availability. Both of them will have full availability of every single guy who is not currently on another owner's roster is available for your waiver wire, your free agents to add to your roster. So you have the entire league, both of you, even if it's the same fucking guy. If you want to plug them in, if they're out there as a free agent, they are available to both of you, and you have everybody available. It is what it is. It's unprecedented, and Spleeve's right. I have a feeling they're not even going to play the game. It's a crucial game in their seeding, but it just happens to be week 17, and man, logistically, that's a motherfucker to try to make up. That's a sumbitch. I'm glad. Thank you, Bryson. I just, no other way. I thought I had to think about this. I had to step back and like, because I'd posed it in a couple chats just to gauge the temperature on. I was like, man, I just don't know how to deal with this one. But yeah, it was going to come down to a close game. I mean, obviously, if it was a runaway like our conference championships in the other league, where it clearly didn't affect them, they were 60, 70-point wins. But this one was just too damn close, man. And T. Higgins, with Joe Burrow, has a possibility of cracking one off. He could have a 2-touchdown game at any given time. So it is what it is. These guys got to go at it for a 4th time. We went at it 2 times. They split. Went at it again. Came down to a draw, basically, due to a suspended game. And now, here we go. I will get them in the championship chat for Raider Bowl 1 tomorrow. We'll get the roster sheets out. They can fill them out. We'll post them up in the group. Probably put them on the page so everybody can see who these guys are running with. Got to have your final rosters in 15 minutes before kickoff of the first game, which is on Saturday. So 15 minutes before kickoff. Got to have your final roster in. Just got to have it in the chat. I'll post it everywhere and do all the legwork. You just got to get it to me in the chat so we know who we're running with. And then every kickoff of every game going forward, you just got to let me know before kickoff if you're making any changes, and just let me know in the chat, and then we'll post any changes so that everybody else knows. And then after all said and done, all the players have played, and the dust has settled, we will crown a champion, and somebody gets the $400 and the autographed Josh Jacobs jersey. It's going to be Bryson and Michael Vick's dog walker, or it's going to be Lions in the black hole. One or the other, but we will have a champion after week 18. So good luck to you both, and congratulations for getting this far, both of you. Damn good win, and we'll make sure even the runner-up on this one, the way it shook out, you're gonna get a nice little swag pack as well for because man, this is basically we're going to Super Bowl OT. The damn thing's so close that one suspended game caused it to go forward. So, I mean, it's pretty close. It's pretty close. Neither one of the quarterbacks blew up, as you see, a 21 and a 12. So both of these teams were hitting big scores before. Do they hit big scores again in Week 18? Could be very interesting. Good luck to everybody, man. Hardcore Bowl 14's going down. Hardcore Bowl 14. I can't believe it's been 14 seasons. That's going down this weekend as we got Richard and Daco's Tuesdays representing the AFC facing off against Just Win Baby and Brian facing representing the NFC. And then Raider Bowl 1, we got Lions in his black hole rolling up against Michael Vick's dog walker, Bryson, Santa's neighbor. We got it going down this weekend. And then we're going to be handing out some cheddar and some prizes after that, as fantasy football season is about to wrap up here at Raider Reaction. Next shit, Raiders are going to be done. Fantasy football is going to be done. What are we going to do around here? Oh, that's right. We got Madden League coming up. So if you think you got some game on the PlayStation format of Madden, That'll be coming your way very, very soon, as we will get that kicked off right after the damn Super Bowl to fill that fucking non-football void. Good luck to everybody who's in. Good luck, everybody. Until next time, I'm out. Peace, love, Raider Nation. Good luck. Game on to every damn one of you.